everybody, what's going on? It is Mitch from We in Tennessee, and happy Sunday. So I'm going to be going ahead and moving my videos to Sunday because I have found out that most of you guys watch on Sundays. So I'm going to move it. And I'm going to just go to Sundays once a week just because I wanted to give you the best content that I could. I felt like I was rushing things and not necessarily doing my best. Today it's just going to be real short because my students have been testing and I have been really busy, really stressed, just helping them do their best they can. So today I'm just going to let you guys know that I'm moving to Sundays. And I had two quick things to just talk about. Number one is I told you guys before I was looking for the secret. When I moved from California here to Tennessee, I was asking a lot of people that kind of transplanted like myself. And I said, what was the trick of feeling like you were home, feeling like, this was your place? And a lot of them said it just took time, which is absolutely true. But I found out a secret, and I'm going to leave that secret with you guys for those of you that will be coming, is I had to find something that I could volunteer for. And it wasn't anything huge. At our school, they have this separating ribbon that separates where the kids walk out to be picked up by their parents, to separate from the parents so that not everybody is just mixing together and, hey, where'd my kid go? Where's. And so all I did as after school, I just took that ribbon down for the person that normally would. And they're like, hey, thanks for doing that. And as I take those ribbons down and I put them into this basket to be taken into the office, all the teachers walk by, and I didn't do that to be noticed. I just did it because it looked really fun. It was one of those, retractable things where I just liked, like those measuring tapes where you push the button and it comes back. And I thought that was really cool, and it was my way to help out. And it just ended up being where the teachers would walk by and, hey, thanks, Miss Gino, for doing that. And I'm like, okay, it was just something cool to do. And I didn't realize I was actually helping the guy out. In fact, one afternoon I forgot to do it because I had a meeting, and I'm like, oh man, I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to do it. And he's like, you didn't have to do it. I just appreciate that you do. And so that was my way of and it had to be voluntary because that's where I think you get the most appreciation, just something volunteering to do. And so I'm like, that has made me feel appreciated, but it also makes me feel like I'm contributing things to the overall goodness of our school. And so that has made me feel like, hey, I'm taking ownership, I belong. And so it was just a small thing, opening the door for people. It's just one little thing, and it just ends up being where people notice. But again, it wasn't to be noticed, it was just to be helpful. And I think that has helped me considerably in just finding my place here in Tennessee. And so I would just encourage those of you that are coming and you're finding yourself in the same spot that I was, like, how do I make this place feel like home? And I found out the trick was just to volunteer and help out in some small, insignificant way. But a lot of people take that as huge and significant. So, and then my second thing today, it was interesting. I read an article about Phil Jackson. And if you don't know who he is, he was the longtime Chicago Bulls coach. He was the Lakers coach. And I never really took to the guy. He just seemed real kind of arrogant. But what was interesting about the article that I read that I thought was so connecting to me was he said, yeah, I stopped watching the NBA during that whole COVID season when they were having all of those protests and things about equality and the police and everything, where the NBA was getting too political. They were putting the whole, Black Lives Matter, and they were getting too political. And he said, I stopped watching. And I stopped seriously watching the NBA way before that. You guys that are basketball purists like me, the Magic and Bird decade was probably the best we'll ever see of the NBA. And the pendulum just swung too far, too political. And I could have told the NBA, don't do that. Everybody wants to watch basketball to get away from politics. People hate politics. It's just divisive. It puts people's minds off of the things that we don't want to think about. We want to watch basketball because it takes us away from all that. It's like going on vacation and getting a phone call from your boss. It's like, I'm going on vacation to get away from all of that. And so that was the one thing that I totally agree with Phil Jackson. NBA, you messed up. As soon as you crossed the line and got political, as soon as you took everybody's mind off of just the joy of watching a basketball game and made us divisive again, you ruined it. In fact, it was already kind of ruined it. I hate when they just come up and jack up threes and nobody plays defense and it's just so non-competitive. I and you throw politics into that. Come on, NBA. You messed up and who knows if you're ever going to get it back again. The Larry Bird and Magic Johnson era, the best it's ever going to get. So I just thought that was so true, that everybody hates when things get political because it divides everybody. You take politics and you drive a train right through the United States and split everybody, and everybody just, again, thinks about how much problems we have instead of, that was an awesome basketball game. We can't think about that anymore. So you guys, I appreciate you. Again, We in Tennessee with Mitch is moving to Sundays, same time. And I'm just trying to wrap up this school year, get my kids through testing, and then the summer of Tennessee. So the spring has been an amazing season. I told you guys it was the one season we had not gone through yet because we got here in the summer. So I'm going to be leaving you guys with some springtime driving around the beautiful city of Maryville, Tennessee. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you next Sunday in my next video.